Libra, week commencing the 14th of June 2021. I am the soul pool. You are the soul pool. We are the soul pool. So together, we are the collective. And it's our energy that draws spirit to us. So without you, this doesn't work. They've given me a very sad song for you. I don't like sad songs when they come up, but sometimes they have a totally opposite meaning when I dig. So I do know it. It's when I was young. It starts off when I was young. It's all by myself, I think. So whether that's voluntary or forced, I don't know. Whether it's applicable, I don't know. But the words, the lyrics, and whatever else I dig up, names, dates, etc., may be important rather than the song. Or it could be a song that a loved one loved while they were living. So, here we go, Libra. What do we need to know? You were mentioned in Cancer's read, so it could be important if you're connected to a Cancer. We're all a bit in limbo at this time. Oh, too many, sorry. So, I think we'll wait until the end of the month for the astrology to kick in, because we're still in retrograde and what have you. So we'll see. We're in the same place that Cancer was, so there is a period of time to elapse before this. So they want you to be aware of it, but I doubt very much whether it will be immediate. When an immediate action needs taking place, it usually lands in the first part. So, but again, they're making my shoulder go. So there is someone in spirit. I don't know who needs to hear it, but there is broken, and I believe it is a massive break, if not in more than one place. But the most pain is in the clavicle or the collarbone, I believe. Somebody broke the collarbone or has broken their collarbone, and spirit know about it. So either it was connected to their passing, or it's you, and it's affecting the left arm as well. It's very tiring. It's keeping them awake at night. It's exhausting. Someone sat on the fence, that's usually you, because you can see both sides of an argument. But you may be trying to do too many things at once, all by yourself, which is what the song says, all by myself, because you're refusing to ask for help, because you think you can do it all by yourself, and you're always detached. You stay in limbo for some reason, refusing to transform. You're wallowing in the past, either in misery, grief, depression, or safety. A Scorpio is mentioned, and those born 1966 plus or minus 12 February to February. Those born on the 13th, living or past it, Fidarian address, massively important in a negative way. There's problems within the home and family life. There may be a house move, there may be a loss of a home, there's no celebrations, there may be calling off of a wedding. But there is bliss there, or the end of this happy family unit. Living to work instead of working to live, putting all sorts of effort in the last 8 years and not achieving what you wanted. Lack of communication, especially via the internet. Those born on the 22nd, living or past it, Fidarian address, massively important in a positive way. So they want you to feel that fear and go forward anyway. I posted a video by Steve Harvey on my Facebook page that you need to watch, because it's when you fear the most, when you feel you cannot do something the most, is when you need to take action. So follow your dreams, 22nd, living or past date for your diary and address. When you face that chaos head on, there will be hope, healing and freedom. There could be issues with the ankles and legs. Those born on the 17th, living or past date for your diary and address, massively important in a positive way. Getting out into society, into the wider world and healing yourself. Justice will be served. Your card, the right way up, which is what we need. Well balanced. So face it head on. Feel the fear, take the risk, and jump off that cliff and make your wings on the way down. You are transforming, but you're just not ready yet. Heavy tiredness. Very tired. Yeah, a bad choice or unable to make a choice. Those born on the 6th or the 24th, living or past date for your diary and address, massively important in a negative way. Communications and siblings. Getting the ringing in my ears on the left hand side, there's a lot of love here. So it may be a sibling that's passed. Wallowing in the misery of the past. There's a disappointment here, a massive disappointment. Don't cry over spilt milk, don't look back, just look forwards. You played your part in this, but you're not to blame. 2 years of sitting on the fence, juggling again, trying to do things all by yourself without asking for help. You need to come out of that nightmare situation to find your happiness. This is toxic. It could be a toxic relationship. It could be something that you're tied to by duty, vows or contracts. It could be worried about what the external public life will say. Somebody manipulating you to stay in a toxic situation. 15th. So far we've got the 13th. We've got the 15th and the 17th. And now we have the fear, the fear that you have to face is the depression, the being stuck in a dark place, feeling that you'll never get out. The tarot reader, the psychic, the medium. Be careful what goes in your mouth as in diet and medication, what comes out your mouth as in words written or spoken. There is unconditional love here, a message of love. It might not be quite what you want or not enough, but there is love there, and there is a passing. So someone may have stabbed you in the back, don't shoot the messenger, or there may be someone very, very done. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. 10 weeks is mentioned. There is a lonely, divorced or widowed woman. She has the chance to become bitter and twisted. Stay away from this female, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, because she's not a happy bunny and everybody knows about it. It's the 2nd of the 29th. Negative energy, a dark place. Yeah, confused. Whichever choice you make, you know there's going to be a path of blood and tears. That you have to make this choice. You're torn between two places, trying to split yourself in three. It can't happen. I was born on the 18th, living or past date for your diary and address. Massively important in a negative way. And then the High Priestess turns us around. So for some, the 29th will be negative, the 2nd will be positive. For others, the 2nd will be negative, the 29th positive, and so on. It is coming out of that dark place. That's what Spirit wants you to do. Transform your energy. Feel that fear. face things head on and transform, because you're not facing things head on. They've repeated that 17 as well. So in fear of getting back out into the world, in fear of health issues, ankles and legs, so your wishes and dreams can't come true. And it may be because of yourself. There's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, and we had his partner at the bottom of that deck. Not taking action, not thinking clearly, confusion, perhaps bad advice from a doctor, priest or lawyer, perhaps a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, older male. He's not a nice man when he's that way up. Because there's a split. Gee. But you are growing as a person. This is to teach you that you cannot stay and stagnate and feel lonely and left out. It goes with the song, doesn't it? Isolated, either voluntarily or because of others ostracising you. It's feeling out of it, feeling unable to take your place in society, feeling lonely in a room full of people. What you own owns you. And yet Spirit is saying there is a gift here from them of a new home, a new beginning, new foundations, new life, new business. Whatever it is will pay off within a year if you choose to take that opportunity. Because where you are, there is no reciprocity, no equal give and take. 6 years perhaps. Yeah, an important gentleman has let you down, or you've realised they're not as all that they're made out to be. They may be leaving your life or a negative energy. You are realising that money cannot buy health or happiness. There's no consolation in money. There is a loyal and faithful companion, perhaps a dog in spirit or in life, or someone born 1970 plus or minus 12, February to February. Someone is waiting for their love to arrive. Perhaps someone is in prison or in a mental prison of their own making. A female is mourning the loss of something or someone, and it could be this passing. She could be the widow. There is a gentleman that enters your life or is in your life. It's a positive energy who works within the home. Joiners, electricians, stuff like that. And there is hope. So don't let go of the hope. There is rewards for your patience. There could be an inheritance coming your way. It may not be a financial inheritance. It may be that you've inherited a dog, say, or a trait that you've inherited from a relative. Often somebody's lost both parents now and feels alone. They feel like they've nobody to talk to. That's why they're doing everything by themselves. But a new life is dawning where you don't have to be alone. It's time to walk away. You've gone the distance, or go the distance, take it to its natural conclusion, but don't keep moving the finish line. It's time to find a new tribe, because where you are not reaching your potential. The giraffe reaches great heights, and you may have to say goodbye to people that mean a lot to you. Treasure Island, it's coming, but it's coming very slowly because it's on the back of a turtle. Don't overthink things, but do put thought into what you really want. No place like home. Home is where the heart is. You may return to the parental home, or you may inherit a home, or you may decide that where you are isn't home anymore. You feel adrift. It's time to find where your heart is, and then you will be at home. To the sea. Perhaps a move to the seaside. or across water. Mercury retrograde is time, and that's what we're in. It's time for your reinvention. The number 51, so it could be 1951, could be important, or you may be 51. Reinvention. This transformation will take place, but it's taking time. This is your decision. Have we got it there? The Two of Swords? Not sure. I don't think we have. No. It is a decision that you really don't want to make. Mishaps are like knives. They're either servers or cutters, depending on whether we grasp them by the blade or the handle. The name James and Russell are important. Also Lowell. Mercury retrograde is regarded as a time when things tend to go wrong. In actuality, it marks 3.5-week period where any important action should be postponed, so putting things off for a little while. About 3 or 4 times a year, Mercury goes through a motion called retrograde, which means going back or retreating. Although Mercury, the planet of slippery wit, fluency and adaptability, this inner planet is close to the Sun, appears to be going backwards, it's not. The retrograde movement of planets is just an illusion because the Earth is orbiting the Sun. This is not going backwards, this is taking you to reevaluate, to reassess, to make sure you're doing the right thing. No planet goes retrograde as often as Mercury because it's never more than 28 degrees from the Sun. And because of this, it's given the dubious phrase that when something goes wrong, we all exclaim, Mercury must be retrograde. Mercury isn't a predictable planet going along its normal direct path anyway, but once it goes retrograde, it's akin to trying to drive a car backwards. So be careful in reversing the car. All things ruled by Mercury suddenly begin to wobble and go off kilter. However, if you're a writer, when Mercury is retrograde, it's the perfect time to revise your writings. Mercury is the counterpart of Hermes, the Greek Olympian god, and the sly trickster, so parcels may go awry, who is not only big on pranks but also false moves. He is the god of transition, roads and boundaries. The very name Hermes has to do with speech and implies he is a translator. Mercury, as Hermes, conveys information, and when that information comes to us wrongly because of Mercury's unpredictable retrograde motion, nothing seems to go right. Firstly, when this card comes up in a reading, back up all of your equipment, your computers, cell phone numbers and address books, and anything to do with technology or mechanics. Electrical appliances purchases at this time may end up needing to be returned. Any sales items will often turn out to be a massive dud. Don't make the mistake of purchasing a vehicle at this time either. If you have your vehicle repaired, expect making another visit to the shop to have something revised or corrected. How long will this period last? When Mercury retrograde card comes up, give the matter 1 week and then ask the same question after that week. So this is a weekly read, spirit of listening. You will want to go carefully over any contracts you sign. Check any emails or letters you send. If you are about to leave on a trip, leave early because you must expect unusual delays to occur. And make sure you have clothing for all types of weather because the temperature conditions are likely to change. Mundane matters aside, retrograde planets are said to be more empathic, and that means that strangely, we are more silently and internally keyed into the energies, thus causing unusual and fated meetings and occurrences to happen. You might meet up with someone you haven't seen in years at a most unexpected place. You may have a conversation with someone whom you have a superficial relationship with when suddenly you connect to that person, causing a much deeper rapport. If you're asking about strengthening of a relationship, this is not a good time to get married, but it's an excellent time to renew your vows. It is not a good time to initiate a divorce or end a relationship, considering how Mercury moves forward again, because if you do, then the relationship will soon move forward again too. If you're feeling hopeless and worried that the relationship's never going to work, The Mercury retrograde card is actually a good one to turn up in a reading. It means there is more than what we know about this situation at this current time, and that the possibility of getting the relationship back on its legs and moving ahead is very likely. It's also a fortuitous time to connect with a lover from the past. It's time to revise, reinvent and renew. Glitches, screw-ups, miscommunications, carelessness, cancellations, misunderstandings, unfavourable time for explaining or solving arguments, eruptions of quarrels, mechanical failures, missed flights, faulty computers, difficulties reaching a decision, poor judgment, mistaken purchases, unfavourable time to launch businesses, fixing what is broken, a job accepting not turning out as planned, life slowing down, contemplation, changes, unforeseen changes in schedule, revision and reinvention, blunders, cancellations, unexpected failures, and getting off track. It's time to make the right choice. Thanks for listening.